Hi everybody. I just really felt like I couldn't go another day without making a video, even though there's 90,000 other things I probably need to be doing. I felt like I really just wanted to come and talk to you really candidly today. On the main page I posted that in today's thread we're going to talk about toxins in our environment, many of which are toxins that actually have adversely affected our food supplies. Much of this information many of you already know, but as you signed up to be my guinea pig, this is information that I'm going to be including in my book, and many of the readers hopefully are going to be people that maybe haven't had exposure to some of these concepts and some of these ideas. So for those of you who've been doing this for a long time, if you'll just bear with me, and please understand that I don't mean to talk down to anyone ever. But you guys are my sounding boards. You get to be the ones that are sort of seeing this process unfold as I write. You're going to get it. You're going to be the first ones to get it. I mean, actually, you guys know more than my own family because my family could care less. They really don't even, I think they're happy that I got a book deal and that I'm writing it, but this information is not of any interest to them. So thank you for being here with me. But in today's thread, I will obviously be covering the top 10 toxins that we all deal with on a daily basis, and I'd love to get some conversation going on that. Some of you guys may have some other ones that you'd like to add or comments that you want to make, but I really just wanted to share candidly with you today about what the last few days have looked like in my life, because I don't always talk about my personal life in great detail, because that's not what it's not really what this forum is about, but I feel like it's important that I share where I am with you right now, just as a collective body of energy, and we've bonded over this last 4 weeks. And so when I came home from Raw Union on late Monday night, I was really in this like kind of orb of euphoria. I came home and really everything was great. I was so glad to be with my family, and missed my girls, missed my husband. And then in the last 2 days, I just have sort of fallen apart. And I really just want to be honest with you about it, because I think I've crossed over to that good place. But I've been under a great deal of stress, not just in writing this book, but just I internalize things so much. It is very much part of my character to want to be extremely conscientious and very much over-promise and, over-deliver and under-promise. That is my personal creed of the way that I want to live my life. I'm not going to tell you that I am going to do something and not do it, unless there's some sort of crazy, insane emergency. And I think over the last few days, I've suddenly realized that I am putting myself into a position where I'm not able to deliver a lot of what I want to be delivering to a lot of different people in my life, and including myself. And so, we all go through that time period where we just have so much on our plate, and, you can only take one bite out of that plate at a time. But if I haven't responded to an email or something that I have gotten from any of you, I want to just say right now that I apologize for that. It's not that I am trying to avoid anyone right now. It's just that I'm kind of trying to stay on top of my game, and the squeaky wheel is getting the grease right now. And I'm sure that you've all been there. Some of you are there right now, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. But one thing that I have not shared with you all, and I haven't shared it with anyone in the online community, other than a few of my closest friends and family know that 6 months ago, I made the decision to go on Paxil. I have never taken an antidepressant or an anti-anxiety medication in my whole life, except when my mom died when I was 22. I was on Xanax for like a week, and I didn't really like the way that I felt on that. So anyway, so I went on Paxil because I started having these unexplained, completely out of the blue panic attacks. And they came at times where I was not under any kind of unusual stress. Literally I would wake up in the middle of the night with this heart racing, get up and start pacing the floor, felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest. And after the third time of having this serious crisis where I think I'm going to die right now, I finally just went to a regular medical doctor, and he prescribed Paxil. I lived my whole life not taking this kind of medication, so I very methodically began to take myself off of the medication, very, very slowly, and as I was told to do. And I have done that, and I'm officially now, I think like 4 days where I haven't had any. And so, yesterday, I kept feeling like I was under spiritual attack, if you know what I'm saying, where you're not, it's like you're just minding your own business, and a phone call comes in, and a text message comes in, and my husband and my daughter blow up into this huge escalating fight where there's yelling and screaming and crying, and they're trying to get me sucked into the drama, and I'm like, I'm trying to read a book, you know, and I'm just backing off because I don't want to go there. And so it just kept happening, you know, stepdaughter crisis, you know, just blah, 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 all this stuff happening. And then I got the news that Michael Jackson died. He's not like my friend or anything. I mean, Michael Jackson and I aren't like that. But when I heard that, I like totally fell apart. I went into a full-blown bawl-a-thon. And so I'm thankful for the fact that I let myself fall apart and cry it out. I mean, I had no idea that, you know, Michael Jackson, I mean, I was already kind of a little bit teared up and tender over Farrah because I loved Farrah. I mean, Charlie's Angels, come on. And then when I found out that the King of Pop was gone, so suddenly, I mean, I'm pretty together emotionally, and I just, like, let it go. And my husband's like, oh, my God, I didn't know you were that into Michael Jackson. So that was just the opening of the floodgates. And one other thing that happened that's been, I think, a really good thing is, most of you don't know this, but I have a brother who's 6 years older than me, and we have literally been estranged for about the last 6 or 7 years, and it's just stupid. It's really stupid, and I'm not even really sure what happened, to tell you the honest truth, and I don't really even think it matters at this point. But over the last couple of days, we found each other on Facebook. I actually found him through my niece's page and did the friend request thing, and he was nice enough to accept, and so we've been having just this very basic beginning dialogue. And so that was such a great thing, but still, yeah, that's an emotional factor that has happened. And so all of these things, you know, I've got a deadline today, I'm supposed to have a chapter done, I'm supposed to have all this, and it's not happening. I'm not getting it done. So I've overpromised, and I'm under-delivering, and I've wigged out. So today I've really spent the day controlling what I can control and doing the things that make me feel like, you know, whatever. I mean, I've written a little bit today, and I guess you guys probably have noticed that when I feel like things are out of control, the one thing I can control are my bangs. Yeah, I went in and I just cut my bangs, cut them real short, and I felt instantly so much better. Go figure. It's probably better than going out and buying a magnum of red wine and knocking that back. So, but anyway, you guys are so awesome. And I thank you that I can just come before you transparently. I think that's one of the cool things about this being a closed site is that, you know, we've formed this bond between us, even if we're not all that active and on here every day because we're so busy in our lives and our jobs and everything. But so yeah, that's just what's been going on, and I plan to spend the rest of the weekend trying to get this chapter. This chapter is it's chapter 2. It's the most meaty chapter of the whole book, and I want to start and finish it first. I want to get that out of the way, and then the rest of the book's just going to flow together. So if you guys pray or whatever you do, would you all pray for me that I'll have clarity and focus and that I will be able to get this wrapped up. At least maybe by Monday morning, because it's very important to me. I feel like this is such a gift that I have an opportunity to produce something like this, and I sometimes feel like I don't know that I can make it happen in my own strength. So if you all will just pray for me at this time, it would just mean everything to me. So it's Friday, my favorite day of the week, and I really want to know how you're doing. Did Michael Jackson's passing or Farrah? And then there's Ed McMahon. We didn't even talk about Ed McMahon. I mean, Bunny Berry and I keep waiting for Ed to show up at our front door with a big check, and that's never going to happen now. So anyway, we're all faced with our own mortality when these kinds of things happen. So I'd love to hear from you. Tell me how you're doing. I love you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow.